Hello, Master Tax here and welcome back to my channel. Something a little bit different this week. We're going to have a look at Art of Strategy, and this is 1v1 mode. If you're new to my channel and you enjoy what you see, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So before we get into a battle, I'll show you all the tanks I selected and the equipment. So we'll start with my defensive turret, and first I'm taking a flamethrower tower, which I find really effective, 2 AT guns and a gun turret which hits really hard. The tanks I'm using is an IS-7, a WZ-5A, Object 277 and an Object 2684 as my main attack force, a 430U to support them, T100 LT for scouting and a Badger for defending. So now let's have a look at a battle. At the beginning of the battle you get a minute countdown which allows you to position all your equipment and tanks. I am playing on mines in this battle, so first I'm going to position a flamethrower behind a house, catch people out who drive past it. Then there's me MRL, which is a rocket launcher, positioning at the back, and my gun turret I'm positioning at the back as well, so hopefully keep them in the game for a long time. I've positioned my T100 LT and my Badger together there. The Badger's going to pull back onto the hill behind, and I want to try and take the hill with my T100 LT. My main force, which is my IS-7, 5A, 277, 430U and 2684, all positioned together. I want to keep them out of sight as they're my main attacking force. That's if everything works to plan. So I've sent my Badger up to the hill at the back, and then my T100 LT. I'm going to try and win the hill straight away, move the rest of my force up to support. So I'm going to drop into the T100 LT once I'm happy where my main team is going to go. I'm going to send my 430U up the top to support my T100 LT. So now I'm going to drop into the T100 LT and see what I can spot. If I can spot the equipment, the rocket launchers, turrets, flamethrowers from the enemy, then hopefully mine will take them out, because they do stop lit, I think. I know the big turret does. So I'm getting some assistance already because I spotted a Super Conqueror. So is anybody pushing? There's nobody pushing around there yet. My 430U's taking his time getting up this hill. So I'll tell you what I actually think about this format, Art of Strategy 1v1. I think it's quite rubbish, to tell you the truth. What I find is when playing 1v1, it's really campy. People just try and sit back and defend. And I found if I push forward, try to break the defense, it's really hard work when they've got them turrets supporting them as well. So the majority of the time, most of my battles was draws. So really a bit boring, to tell you the truth. I think the best thing they could do is make it an encounter battle which makes you push forward, so it would stop the camping. But this is how it is at the moment, and I'm not a great fan of it. The best thing I did find about it was the 2,500 bonds once you finished the full Art of Strategy. You also ended up getting 4 crew members, few decals, inscriptions and that. But if it wasn't for the rewards, I would have tried this format, but I wouldn't have played it enough. I would have had a few games and then just left it. I wouldn't have put the time in like I did do to finish all it and get all the bonds. So I'm trying to spot with me T100 and me 430U. I've spotted their main turret, and as you can see, shots is going into it. So I'll let my turrets and me rocket launchers whittle the hit points down of that. And while I do that, I'll try and spot with my T100 LT. This is the problem you get. As you can see, all his tanks are still at spawn position. He hasn't bothered moving. There they are. So I've just told me T100 to spot off that ridge, and now I've moved to me 430U. And what's the T100? I do have to say, your bots are proper bots. They're really rubbish. They don't know what to do. When you send them all into attack, they don't all push in, flank round, get shots in like you would expect them to do the normal way if you play advances, clan wars, anything like that, team battles, how you play that. Your team doesn't do that. They just seem to go in single file and all get taken out. They're an absolute nightmare, so you've got to monitor them all the time, as I'm doing now. The 2684 couldn't even find it round the corner with the rest of me main force. So I'm moving back to the 430U, see if I can spot off the top. You really need to be in one of the tanks to play half decent, because if you just send them using AI, they are really dim and they will all just die. So I've been spotted. There's some rockets coming into me. There's a Badger pushing up here by the looks of it, so I'm going to keep on spotting. Hopefully my turrets will start taking these out. And there's an IS-7 there, not doing nothing. I've managed to get a shot into him, but he's getting a shot into me. I didn't actually penetrate him. So there's their light. I'm not sure why he hasn't sent us light tank to do some scouting. Once you spot somebody, it does get your turrets working, getting the shots in, whittling their hit points down, so I don't see any point not sending your light tank forward. It is your best option straight away. So there is a Badger. It's obviously the player in the Badger trying to chase us. Should be able to outrun him. What I want to do now is pull him into my main force and let my main force take him out. So I'm trying to select my main force. They're just down here. The 430U could push somewhere and defend a bit, but there you go. They just sit in front of tanks and get taken out. So I'm pushing my main force up, try and take this Badger, and then I'll select one on the way up. I'm just trying to make sure that they all go straight up the hill and don't sit halfway up and get taken out by the enemy's team. So I've managed to get one shot into the Badger. I took control of the 277 at the front. It's got the least hit points as well. And then, can I take the Badger out? And I've managed to take the Badger out. And as you can see, there they go, all single file. Since the level of the intelligence of the bot is really low, you can see why people just camp and don't bother trying to push. But if, like I said at the beginning of the battle, if they made an encounter battle where you've got to push and try and cap the base, then in some people's eyes it would be a bit more exciting, because nobody will be camping at the back. If they are camping at the back, they'll lose the cap. But at the same time, it'll be really frustrating with this level of bots. They are really poor. They really need some more intelligence added to them. So now I've lost my medium tank, lost my light tank, so I'm going to try and spot with the WZ1115 here. And I've chose this tank because it's got 1 degree more gun depression than the Object 277. But I am taking some shots. It hasn't really took that much hit points off it, so I'm not that fussed. But I have done some spotting, got some assistance in. So I want to take this IS-7 out and the T100 LT. If I can respot him, might be able to get him in one shot, and I managed to take him out. A good thing I suppose about this as well is all you do is fire gold, and it doesn't cost you all the credits it would in randoms, so you will be able to penetrate the stuff like IS-7s, heavily armoured stuff further back. I don't want to overexpose myself here. I just want to spot them and take them out one by one. I'm going to try a shot into the 60 TP, no penetration, but that T100 LT is the main one I want to take out, because he will be the one that's spotting us. So he still hasn't moved, and there's a nice shot into him, and he's tracked. Unless a player on the other side decides to move that tank, he should be in the same position. I've been shot by him from that position, so I've managed to take him out. So it's changed it around a little bit. So by the looks of it, the player on the other side is in his E50M. So what I've done is switch to the Badger, and I've gotten a nice shot into him, but he has spotted all my gun turrets at the back. While I'm focusing on this E50M, I'm hoping that my tanks at the top of the hill don't do something stupid, like what my T100 LT did. So I'm just going back up, making sure that they're not doing silly things like drive off the edge, and I'm just going to peek off the top again, see if I can spot something else. 430U, and there's a nice shot into him. One more shot and I'll take him out. And the E50M has died. Not sure if it must have been the Badger. The Badger's got a kill. So the Badger managed to take him out without my help, but actually done something. So there's the 430U taken out. Now he's down to 2 tanks, Super Conk 60 TP, and I can see the Super Conk moving, so I'm suspecting he's in the Super Conk. So see if I can spot the 60 TP. Yes, it's still sitting there in spawn where it spawned, but I didn't manage to penetrate a shot. He has lost some hit points. Hopefully my turrets could take him out. I've only got one turret left, gun turret. My rocket launchers have been taken out. So I've managed to get a shot in. I am spotted, but I've just pulled back while I reload. Not sure where the Super Conk's going, but he is outnumbered by us. So I've bounced a shot from a 60 TP and got another shot into him, and I'm just going to whittle him down till I take him out. There's my gun turret, but it didn't hit him, unfortunately. So as you've seen, I would suggest if you're just going to push your tanks in 1v1, same as this enemy player, which isn't a bad idea, but what I would do was move them all into safety and in cover first. You don't really want to leave them all out in the open, let the enemy player spot them and then just dwindle the hit points down. You might as well put them to one side, hide them at the back somewhere and just move them all individually like that. You'll be much better off. So here's the Super Conqueror pushing in. So I've gotten me 3 team members that's on the hill, and I've told them all to attack the Super Conqueror, and they'll probably score one by one, but I've pushed back to be in the 2684, try to get a flank on, and I'm going to try and push up as well. So as you can see, my bots are pushing in. The IS-7's first at the front of the line, and he's been taken out. Since I did have a big advantage with having more tanks, just pushing onto one tank, I'm not really bothered about them getting taken out. I'm just hoping they can get some hit points taken off them. And the 5A has been taken out, but I'm just getting a big shot into the Super Conqueror. And the 277's pushing in. Can I flank round the Super Conqueror and ram him? And he's been taken out. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I was really glad I could show you a victory and not a draw, which it generally was. I'd love to hear your feedback. Does anybody enjoy this format? So please don't forget to like and comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom left hand corner. Cheers.